Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to your energy reading for 2023. We are doing vital energies for 2023, what to watch out for, what to expect. And I will be dividing the readings into four parts. The first part would be about your physical reality. So that would be about, like family life, home life, work life, money, opportunities, and so on, right? Everything to do with physical reality. The second part is about your emotional mental well-being and or emotional mental health. And then we have the third part, which is your spiritual growth or spiritual development. And then the last part is a message from your future self. Okay. So if this is your first time watching my videos, I'd like you to know that I do not necessarily do traditional tarot readings. What I read into is more intuitive and more on the energy level. All right. So this is a general reading and not a personalized one. So for those of you who feel like this is quite personalized for you, that's nice that you resonate, but it is not a personalized reading. And I want you to know that. So there are certain parts that may not necessarily resonate with you. So I would ask you to just drop it if it doesn't ring a bell inside you. Okay. So this is the collective for Pisces. Welcome to this reading. Now let's see. I'm gonna shuffle before I even 3 cards fell out. 4 cards fell out. My intention was to pick 3 cards, but you have 4. Oh my God, you have all major arcana. And I shuffled the cards really, really well, okay, even before the start of this. I do not do reverse, so some tarot readers will do reverse, but I do not. So, wow, Pisces, what can I say? It's going to be a big year for you. Very, very big year for you. Let's have a feel into it. Sorry if you hear some scratchy sound at the side. It's my dog. All right. I'm actually still very stunned by how the 4 cards fell out for you, Pisces. Pretty amazing. Okay. Let's piece the story together for you, okay? Well, you start off the year by, awakening to the feminine part of you, the feminine energies within you coming into form, and you would experience it and see it very clearly, how it is manifesting in your life. So in your physical world, right, you will see the feminine energies manifesting maybe in how you care for others, like care for your family, care for your children. You find yourself being more in a nurturing role far more than before. As Pisces, you are a water sign, you are very emotionally nurturing to other people, but you will find yourself becoming far more nurturing and also having the strength, right? The feminine energy usually has the strength to hold an idea, not to burst the bubble, not to break, in when you're in a space of tension, whether it's a positive or negative tension, you find that you're able to hold that space for yourself or hold that space for other people even, and tying things together, holding groups together, holding family structures together. You are the connector and you feel it much more. You will see it much more manifesting on a professional front and also on a family front, and maybe even in your community, right? Friendships, where you see this, happening. You play a much more forefront. Your role is much more in the forefront. You're no longer just going to take a back seat. You are going to be in front. You are going to say, look here, it's time I took up some leadership roles. And the energies are pushing you towards that. There's no doubt about it. It's really pushing you. Now, it is also a year where you really need to make decisions where you are exercising your discernment. You need to be, you will find that you will be tested time and time again on how you are using discernment. Discernment basically is about not to be naive when you are making decisions, whether it is about your family life, your professional life, but I see this more happening on the professional front. And to really have, to be awakened, to see things from a much broader perspective, to be able to not just take things for granted, like what is being told to you. Do not just take that as Bible truth, right? Go do your research, be discerning, find out more. So that is going to be a huge test for you in the coming year, in the development of your discernment. Now, you will make mistakes. There's no doubt about it. There will be times when you are very naive and you just accept things as they're being told to you. And then you have this rude awakening. It's not going to, it's not going to go bad in a sense that, no one is going to die, no one is going to suffer from it. But it is a good lesson to learn, right? It will awaken you and develop your wisdom. So the hangman energy, right, is basically about seeing things. When you have a hangman in our lives, every time we have a hangman energy, it means that we are stuck. So you may encounter, these are vital energies, right? If I did not mention it before. So these are vital energies coming up for you. So you may find yourself feeling stuck several times throughout the year. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's simply a start-stop kind of energy to make you take stock of where you are and then assess the situation, develop discernment, see through the eyes of wisdom, and then you go, aha, now I see things clearly, now I understand, and then you move forward again. There is a lot of forward movement, even though you have a hangman. I feel like the forward movement energy is really, really powerful as well, even though there's a hangman, right? So it feels like it is contradicting, but it is not. What it's saying is that these hangman energies are like pit stops for you to learn, for you to say, hey, hang on, wait a minute. Let me see what's going on here. Am I seeing this clearly, or do I need another perspective? Do I need a second opinion? Do I need to read up more? Do I need to research more? Right. So all of that happening on the work front, on some level, also on the home front, happening for you as well. In terms of abundance, right? In terms of money, prosperity, I mean, you are in the flow. There's no issue about that. So I wouldn't even be concerned. No questions, concerning that. It's not even, in the radar that anything good or bad, it's just going to be as it is and even more, right? There will be situations where you really need to take a back seat. Some of these situations has to do with your personal development, right? So I'm curious to know what your spiritual development reading will be like, right, as we move forward later on. But the energy of the hermit, right, is coming up here. The hermit meaning that you need time. You need time for meditation. You need time to recuperate. You need time to take stock. So there will be pockets of time where you feel the temptation to, maybe the temptation inside you is like, okay, I need to run away from this, right? So instead of running away, you constructively put in time, right? You say, okay, this weekend I'm going for a solo retreat. I'm going to do like a spiritual retreat. That can be done, right? You do a spiritual retreat on your own or with a facilitator. And that dynamic helps you to shift internally, right? Within the wisdom, as if the wisdom pot inside you is waiting to be, it's like it's still simmering, right? It's waiting to boil over. Okay. Okay. One more thing, one more message from here. Let's see what's coming up here. Build a strong foundation, right? In terms of your physical life and your career and professional life, feels like you already have a strong foundation, but you are building on it even more, because the feeling, the sense I'm getting is as if you are building the strong physical foundation for something that you anticipate something for the future. It's as though this foundation that you built, but you have, and you're building on it, is going to be very solid throughout the year, so that whatever you want to do, right, like personal development, spiritual growth, you can afford to take time off. You can afford to take energy away from your main work because you already have the foundation. Everything is laid out there. So powerful. 4 major arcanas here, right? So powerful, but let's get some clarifiers for you, okay? This has to do with your physical reality. Any more messages for Pisces here with regards to physical reality? Okay, so going to the energy of gratitude, thankfulness. Use your imagination. Right. And okay, so this is good. This goes with the Hermit card. What do we mean by in the morning is do not make rash decision. Every time sleep on it. Every time you need to make a decision, do not rush in, just wait it out. And in the morning, right, you get clarity the next day kind of thing. Okay. So keep that in mind, right? Okay, let's see. What else in terms of a physical reality for Pisces? We want some divine abundance. Okay, so as I've said, nothing is going to go wrong in terms of your physical reality. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. So, this is a year for it. Learn to be abundance and not chase it. You're not chasing it. I don't feel you are anyway. That's not the energy coming up for 2023 for you. You know that there is enough. You know that you have built a strong foundation and that you know that you will continue to build this strong foundation. So you'll be fine. Okay? Let's see what else for Pisces from this abundance deck. Nothing popped. Nothing else popped. All right. Oops. One more for Pisces from the Divine Abundance deck. Oh, I think that's it for you. From here, let's check this one. For Pisces, a message for Pisces with regards to physical reality. Okay, too many here. I'm not going to... Well, let's just look at the first one then. Seraphina, I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. Oh, nice. So if you're thinking of having another kid or, for some of you, right, this could be it. If you are thinking of having an addition to your family, this is the time to have it. 2023 is good for it. Now, okay, I'm being reminded that it may not necessarily be a child, but maybe a project. Okay, so something that you want to add in to your project, to your life, to your Okay, so I'm going to collect the cards and I'm going to shuffle, and we're going to do the emotional, mental well-being. Okay. So just so you know, this video is time-stamped. So if you don't want to listen to everything, you just want to jump to message from your future self, you can go ahead at the description below and click on the timestamp for message from your future self, if that's what you want. I mean, if I were you, I'd listen to the whole thing, right? So, okay, so this is about your emotional, mental well-being. Let's see where you'll be in 2023. I don't think anything can top your 4 major arcana cards for your physical reality. Okay. This one wants to pop out. Okay. Let's cut the deck some more. Underlying energy, 8 of crystals. Okay, preparing, looking at variety of things or variety of emotions happening within you. Okay, so let's pick. Nice. I like this for you, Pisces. Okay, so you may start off the year. I mean, these are the 3 vital energies coming up for you in 2023. You may start off the year feeling shaky emotionally. Mental health may be impacted a little bit. You're unsure about how you're feeling emotionally as you enter the new year. But you come up tops, 2023. I mean, looking at the energies of these 2 cards, you are going to a time when you are balancing your masculine and feminine. Remember in your physical reality reading, there was a lot about manifestation, about the feminine energies coming in. So the emotional health and well-being, you will come into greater balance between your yin and yang, your masculine and feminine, in terms of your emotional health and how you see the world. And Ace of Hearts usually is about celebration, the heart opening, right? And you might go through a time of darkness in terms of looking at the shadow parts of yourself, working through some emotional, mental issues, maybe looking at shadow, maybe looking at childhood, maybe even looking at trauma. But it's all good, I mean, looking at this is very, very positive if you're thinking of doing deeper work for your development and growth. You will hit a lot of mini victories in the year. And so this is fantastic. All right, this is very good. Let's pick some clarifiers here for you in terms of your emotional, mental health for Pisces. What else? What else do we need to know for Pisces for emotional, mental health? It's okay to be different. I don't think this is the first time you're getting this card, right, Pisces? So be comfortable being uncomfortable, be comfortable being different, okay? Teamwork, work with a team, okay? So in terms of the area of your mental health, you can't go at it alone. You need to work in a team or work with someone else to draw out your trauma, or to work with a therapist, okay, someone, okay? Because this is focused on emotional, mental well-being. You may take on some projects, I feel, that helps you to grow emotionally, mentally, and that is through teamwork. That seems to be the message that's coming. Okay, there are 2 cards on the floor. I'm going to pick them up. Practice. Okay, so the best way to be good at the skill. So this skill is about mental, emotional well-being. So the best way is to practice. Try something new, right? So if you're looking into like how to improve yourself emotionally, mentally, do something that you have never done before. Try a course or do a practice you've never done before. I think it would be good. Okay, 2023, very exciting. Like I said, many mini victories for you in terms of emotional, mental well-being. You will be on the right track if you make the space and take the time to do the inner work. All right. Let's pick one more. I'm curious. One more for Pisces. What else does Pisces need to know in terms of emotional, mental well-being? Bridget. Okay. So caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. So this is about discernment, right? Remember earlier on the physical reality reading. I talk about development of discernment. This is the card, right? It's about looking deeper into a situation. So throughout the year, don't make decisions too quickly. Always be cautious, but don't be too overcautious. Do your homework and, be very discerning because you'll be tested on discernment. Okay? All right? Okay, so that's good. Now, we're going to bring these back and then we're going to shuffle. And we want to know what it's like for your for your spiritual growth and development, Pisces. Nice reading so far. It's all flipped. Guardian of Hearts. Oh my God, we have Wish Upon a Star. That's nice. Wow. Okay, spiritual development. 2023 is a really good year for you. I mean, even though there are hiccups, there are minor challenges, but in general, very, very good year. You do have a guide, you do have a teacher in your life at the moment. I mean, it could be a physical teacher, it could be a teacher in spirit, right? Who is playing a very dominant role for in your life in 2023. Okay, this is about spiritual development. And you are also encouraged not to take it too seriously, right? The journey can be exciting, can be fun in terms of spiritual development, but don't take it so seriously to the point where you feel like you need to reach a certain goal, where you set a goal like, okay, I have to reach this point of my spiritual growth by when and when. Don't do that. It doesn't happen that way. Okay, spirituality is very different. It's not like scorekeeping. All right. You got a lot of hard cards, even in your emotional, mental well-being, right? There were the Ace of Hearts, the Two of Hearts. So you got a lot of hard cards. So it's really a hard opening year for you. You will, very interestingly, in your spiritual development, a lot of your spiritual development is going to come through when you truly go into the core of your heart and truly understand yourself in the depth of your beingness, in terms of your emotions and how you operate emotionally, as well as going into connecting, making a very, very strong connection with your soul within, right? It's you will grow by leaps and bounds, in your spiritual development. You will. In 2023, that seems to be energy. Plus, you have Wish Upon a Star. This is a card, whenever we get this, we wish, we make the biggest wish possible. So make the biggest wish possible, dream big, in terms of a spiritual development. If you have, I'm not talking about goal setting, yeah? I'm talking about like if you have this desire to want to connect with certain things or want to grow in a certain way spiritually, then make that wish, okay? And also, use the stars as your guiding light. That will not lead you astray. Interestingly, you have this. You look at the star here. Huge. Stars are not like that, right? This one looks like a moon. So it seems as if this is like the full moon, but in the shape of a star, even though you have a moon here. But this feels like the full moon, right? But in the shape of a star. Very interesting. Now, this is a star. Okay. Let's see. Clarifiers for Pisces in terms of spiritual development and growth for Pisces. Very exciting year. Spiritual hello and goodbye. Okay, so there'll be some things that you learn spiritually that you pick up and go, and that's it. Simplicity, make it simple. Work on energies of forgiveness. This is big time, I suppose, for you. When you allow forgiveness, let go of anger, let go of blame. But it is a process, okay? I just want to caution people. Oftentimes, spiritual people think that letting go of anger means, like forget about it and just chant or let's meditate or do something else. But these energies do not go away on their own, yeah? We need to work through. We need to feel through the anger, feel through the blame, feel through whatever negative emotions we need to feel through in order to move these energies out of the system. They do not just go away because we replace them with a mantra or replace them with meditation. Real shadow work has to be done in order for one to grow spiritually. Very important, okay? Or else you're just bypassing. You're bypassing the blame, you're bypassing the anger, and that does not help you to grow spiritually, despite what many so-called spiritual teachers may say. I disagree with them on so many levels on this because I feel that there is a lack of psychological work being done with many spiritual practices. Okay, sorry, not to offend anyone, but I've been around the block long enough in my spiritual growth and development. I've been on a spiritual path for 30 years, and I have been around the block where I've made 1,001 mistakes where, I did the spiritual bypassing, I did the suppression of anger and blame and replace it with a mantra. I did all of that, and I know they don't work. And the only thing that works is for you to feel through, work with the shadow, and then you will grow spiritually. And then, there's so much power in being able to hold any negative emotions that we have within our beingness and to be able to feel it within the physical body and feel that shift physically. When you feel that shift the transformation happens. Your entire energy shifts, your aura shifts. You then have the power to even shift the codings within your energy field, right? And that includes your DNA and all of that. So I know it sounds too sci-fi for some of you, but this is the advanced work, right? That some of my students work with. We do advanced work in shifting our emotions and make them allow these shifts to take them further, and that shifts the DNA, and that activates certain hormones in the physical body, and then it gives you strength. It strengthens your immunity. It's anti-aging, right? So there are a lot of factors involved, right? In terms of working through shadow, in terms of feeling through negative emotions. So the answers you need are coming. Whatever answers that you have for your spiritual path, they will come. 2023 will reveal a lot for you. Open your heart to receive. Okay? So Pisces, let's see what else for you here from this deck. Okay, you know what? Nothing's coming up from here. What I'll do is I'll pick this from Message from Future Self. Let's pick one from here, all right? For your spiritual growth and development. Okay, good one. Question here is, where can I create more space? This is a question for you for your spiritual development. Do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Make space, clarity will come. For spiritual development, this is important. Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Very good advice. I feel so highly appropriate for you, Pisces. Very nice. Okay, I'll leave this be. I'm going to use this deck again. Message from your future self for Pisces. Let's have a message from Pisces future self. No. Okay, let's take this one since that one flew on the pile. Okay. If you've had a question for a long time, the answer is no, conditions unfavorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. Whatever your question was, let's get some clarity on this. Let's have a clarity on that. I mean, this is a little bit vague, right? Depending on what your question is in terms of your spiritual path. I mean, if you don't have a question, then what happens? So, come on, let's have. Okay. So it looks like there are many messages from your future self. So some of it may resonate with some of you. I don't know why, but maybe because many of you are watching this and you all need a different message. So I'm going to read them all, okay? So take whichever resonates for you. So this one we've done. If you have had a question you've been asking for a long time, the answer is no. Just wait. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So Pisces, there's 6 messages here from your future self. I think collectively all of you want something for yourself, right? So pick whichever works for you, whichever resonates. Pick them all if you need to, or pick 1 or 2, whatever works for you, all right? This is a message from your future self. So Pisces, I wish you well and have a wonderful 2023. If you want more details about, what's happening in 2023, you can just watch out for the weekly readings that I do. And, that will give you an idea of what the energies are like for the week and then go from there, okay? And I wish you a wonderful year ahead. God bless you and namaste.